I was today years old when I found out that Porsha Williams is engaged to her castmate's estranged husband.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
Hi, I'm Kenya Fiona and I'd like to provide commentary on things that happen in everyday life, including my own. But today we're not talking about my life, we're talking about Porsha Williams. And I will be doing it while eating curry chicken with some rice and peas. Now I know what you're thinking. That's very unprofessional. Honey, let me tell you something.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Even if you think I should, bitch.
So, who is Porsha Williams? Porsha Williams is a 39-year-old fine tenderoni who you can find on Bravo's hit show, The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's been on that show for like 10 years. Wait, 10 years? 10 years? When she got into the show, she was married to a narcissistic prick called Cadell Stewart, who was also a former football player. They broke up, thank God for her. She grew up, and then 6 years later, she got together with an American businessman called Dennis McKinley, who has an estimated net worth of 10 million. They had their ups and downs because Dennis McKinley was caught in the papers always cheating on her. But based on the last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they seemed to call it quits. So enter Falynn Guabadia. We see Falynn on season 3 of the last season that just finished. Porsha, her sister, and Tanya go over to her house. They meet her husband. Porsha gives her a fist bump, all of that stuff. And like when they're there, it's actually quite funny because her husband's just sitting there just watching them getting into the pool. And throughout that whole season, their marriage did seem like it was going well, like they wanted to renew vows or all that bullshit. So fast forward to the 22nd of April 2021, Simon Guabadia announces that him and Falynn are getting a divorce. And he all but says that she basically cheated on him and that is why he filed for a divorce. And then to double down on these statements, B. Scott, who's a famous blogger in America, had a female guest on who basically confirmed that when she was at a club, she saw Falynn getting really cozy with someone who was not her husband while she was married.
Get your teacups, pull close. I'm in the club, right? She's looking real basic. I wouldn't believe that she is anybody of anybody like she is on TV. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's a group of people. She's with her girls and this one guy. I got it. And then she has this blended, beautiful family. So I'm like, you got 8 kids? Mm-hmm. With who? I said, tell me more.
So, but hold on. But like, get to the part of she's not in the club with
y'all ain't finna have nobody see me out here in these streets.
No, but you done said it. Now speak on it.
She had a friend that was real cool and just taking care of her, and I just really.
And it was not the man that
it was not the man. It was her husband. And
then on the 9th of May 2021, she posted up this picture with Falynn's estranged husband and her husband commented, "Congratulations, P, on your next chapter. Happy Mother's Day." So obviously the girls were a little bit confused because they were like, okay, what's the next chapter? And why is Falynn's ex/estranged husband there with you? Then on the 10th of May 2021, she confirmed that she is actually in a relationship with Mr. Buddha. What's his name? What's this guy's name? I'm sick of this. Is bullshit. I'm African. I should be able to say this man's name. This has got to be an African name. He looks African. Simon Guobadia. She basically confirmed that she was in a relationship with Simon Guobadia. She explained that he actually filed for divorce in January and announced the divorce in April, and that him and her are doing well and God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Also, I forgot to mention that in this picture, you can see that there is a fat ring on her ring finger, and it's not the same engagement ring that her ex Dennis gave to her. Dennis, who's the father of her child. So today, Simon Guobadia announces that him and Porsha are actually engaged to be married. And well, the girls are shaking, and the girls are me. There is a lot to unpack in a situation like this. You was at my house multiple times, kikiing with me and my estranged husband, and now you are engaged to my estranged husband. Madam, the ink hasn't even dried on the divorce papers. And I have to be so honest with you, in my personal opinion, in my humblest opinion, all's fair in love and divorces. Like, they were never really friends in the real life. Yes, it was really shicey, but they were never really friends. And I just think that more women should take this as a lesson. Just because you invite someone around you and you kiki with them does not make that person your friend. As long as your man has money, your man will get snapped up in a heartbeat. And Simon Gabadia does have money. He's a film producer and he has a net worth of about $40 million. One thing about Porsha of the Williams, she keeps a rich one by her side. I am gagged, honey. I am gooped.com. All of this came out of nowhere. But I think the one thing I like about this whole situation is that the father of her child is congratulating her on her new chapter. The father of her child is not being bitter. It turns out Dennis and Simon are actually business partners. So I feel like if you didn't want your husband to run off with someone else who was a classmate, you wouldn't have cheated on him. But you know what? What do I know? I've never been married, nor have I ever been divorced. I've only ever been engaged. The people I do feel sorry for are the kids in this situation. Falynn has 3 kids and Simon has 3 kids as well, making it 6 altogether. I went onto Falynn's page and she's deleted all traces of his kids apart from one post. I don't think that they do have any kids together, so I don't know how this is going to work out. I don't know if Falynn has a prenup. I should hope the fuck not. Listen, get that bag, sis. If anything, you have become accustomed to a certain type of living. Clear. I mean, that's what I would do, but hey, next season is going to be very, very good. I definitely do believe that because this season was very, very trash. They were arguing about who fucked a stripper. Newsflash, it was Porsha and Tanya. Tanya, who by the way has a man. That's all they could talk about. It was just so fucking annoying. In other news, Saweetie was caught in these Jesus streets singing for spare change. But the spare change wasn't for her. The spare change was not for her. So yeah, she was in the Santa Monica Pier and she saw another artist there and she just decided, you know what, he's singing for some spare change. I just released a song and the song had a banging music video. So my fans can recognize me. Let me do a little performance. People got online and ran with it. I mean, they sprinted with this shit. Oh my God, she's broke. This woman is broke. She's run out of money. And I'm not entirely sure what's with the Saweetie, is that how you say her name? That's how I say her name. I don't know what's up with the Saweetie hate train, but I know when it started. It started when she started bragging about the nice stuff her man was getting her, now ex-man, and got increasingly worse when they broke up. And it's just been downhill from there. Don't get me wrong, there were some instances when people were actually giving her constructive criticism on her performances, like the one that she did with Doja during that boxing match. What was that boxing match? I don't know what that boxing match was for, but during that boxing match, she actually used that criticism to go to a boot camp for bitches who need to up their skills. So she hears the criticism and she's working on her craft. But the rest of the noise is just bullshit. The rest is just people being bitches. And at some point in time, we all just need to sit down, look at ourselves and be like, why do I hate this girl? Is it because she's pretty? Is she because she's just being handed everything that I wish that I had? Ask yourself that. Because before she met Quavo, she had money. So let's not even go there. Let's not run with the stuff that, oh my gosh, she's so broke that she has to work for spare change. Saweetie, really. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is JT versus Britney in this whole For the Love of Lil Uzi mess. If you know anything about their history, JT was dating Lil Uzi Verse while Lil Uzi Verse was with Britney. Lil Uzi Verse, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna call him Uzi, my goodness. So Uzi was with JT while he was with Britney, and I guess he didn't really end things with Britney properly, and then when Britney got rid of him, that's when he started claiming JT. And they have had a lot of back and forth. So recently JT was in the magazine cover with Uzi. Britney was shading JT, and that is when JT went on a long rant cussing out Britney. To which Britney replied in the most condescending way, like, my God, okay, just listen to this.
To every young girl, every woman or young person following me, to never give your whole life to a man, never let a man use to attack another woman. Don't allow yourself to be abused, confused, misused enough to become an abuser. I'm too much of a womanist. I am too much of a feminist to ever allow myself to hate you. You can call me homeless, but I saw you get three-pieced like a person in a Mayweather fight, and asking for a hotel room in a safe environment. And it just didn't make me feel good to see that. It made me feel sorry for the girls who think that abuse is okay. You can call me everything but a child of God, but I never want to see a woman get beat. I want to use this platform for good, for real. And the beef, it just showed me that any young girls that follow me to never be in a situation like that, and it just showed me to never allow myself to be around an environment like that again.
JT came back on her page and said this, and like, listen, I have been in both of these girls' situations. I've been in Britney's situation where I was with someone for a long time and then they cheated on me with the new girl. And I have been in JT's position where I have been when I got into a relationship with someone not knowing that they still hadn't broken up with their ex properly, and then now their ex hates my guy. So all this petty back and forth that they're having, this happens on every single day in everyday life with thousands of women, and the man gets scot-free. For JT, it's not giving city girl. For Britney, it's not giving feminist or womanist. All I can do is sit back and enjoy all this tea, but I hope that both of them just like take a back seat and do something else other than insult each other, because at the end of the day, the only person who looks good in this situation is Uzi. And quite frankly, I don't like the way he talks to JT.
And JT told me, she like, Uzi, you ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse, so don't say nothing. But you know, clearly I run this shit, and this is mine. So it's just like, Carisha, shut up. JT. If I told you tongue kiss me on this live right now, you gonna do it.
Okay, well just say.
So just chill. Hey.
That's not cute. That's not giving. Is it raining outside? This fucking British weather. My stuff is outside. But for real, Britney does need to move on and just leave them alone. And JT needs to find a way to ignore Britney, because Britney's just gonna be mad until she stops being mad. If anything I have said in this video in any way, shape or form offends you, just remember.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Even if you think I should, bitch. Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Subscribe, bitch.